Chaotically Nerdy is made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults for adults and children with bad parents. Adult language will be used and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. On this week's episode is me, Oz.
And me, Victor.
Me, Ethan.
Fuck you.
And me, what's that
You took
bitch
all the cool
Falcone?
people.
What's that bitch, Falcone? What'd you say?
You took all the people. What am I supposed to say? I'm Batman.
You could,
Yeah.
technically.
I mean, he didn't really ever appear, but you could.
Well, the spotlight.
The signal appears.
Yeah.
You got Sal.
Oh, God. Like, I want to be Mr. Krabs.
You got
You could have been Vince.
You got Alberto.
You could have been Vin.
Alberto was a bitch.
You got Johnny Vitti, also a bitch.
Who?
The kid,
No,
the penguin.
Victor?
Victor.
Victor.
He
Oh,
already
Vic.
said Victor.
Yeah,
Victor Aguilar.
He said Vic.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
already
hear
said
you.
Vic.
I do like that he immediately went to my sidekick.
Yeah.
Every other dude on the show was a bitch.
Pretty much. So if you haven't picked it up yet, we're going to talk about The Penguin this week. It just finished.
I feel like
Sunday? Is that
I
right?
would be mad if we since the show is called Penguin, it's about him.
What do you mean?
He hates the name Penguin.
I mean, yeah, that's true. He does hate the name, but I get it. Because
I mean, if you name it Oz, people are gonna think, "Oh, it's Wizard of Oz."
Yeah, they
Like,
also
oh no, he killed that guy.
Could have named it like
That's totally that was a
Cobb, I guess.
Cobb.
Yeah.
that was such a
Why
weird.
didn't they just stick to Cobblepot?
Yeah,
I don't know,
it was a weird choice.
but I like it. I like it better than Cobb.
I do too,
It's
but
more
it
like
just
modern.
seems strange
Well,
choice.
Oz Cobb just sounds more threatening than Oswald Cobblepot.
All right, Cobblepot.
I wouldn't take anybody whose nickname is the Penguin and real name is the Cobblepot. Who could not take them seriously.
Yeah.
So first up, we're going to talk about notable actors.
Well, there's definitely one.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot.
there is a lot actually.
Definitely one. Was the guy who played Penguin?
Oh.
It's about
Okay,
the
that's what I
Penguin.
figured you were going to say, but at
Colin
the same
Farrell,
time,
yep.
I was thinking, yeah, Colin Farrell played Oz.
He didn't really look like Colin Farrell.
No,
though.
he does. It's like you have to really look
He's
for
trying to become the new Gary Oldman. Like
And
you
just
can't,
be in
you
everything?
can't quite tell that it's Gary unless he doesn't have any makeup on.
it. That's true.
What was the girl who played Sophia Falcone? Linda something?
Oh,
Christina
that's
Milioti,
Christina Milioti?
that bitch.
the wife from How I Met Your Mother, the mother.
Oh, I didn't know
That's
she
it,
played
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's where that's like her first big break was she was
Yeah.
the mother on How I Met Your Mother.
Oh,
in the last season.
I guess I didn't notice that. I
It's a
also
lot
don't.
more violent this time around.
Oh yeah,
That is true.
Maybe this is just an extended How I Met Your Mother, though.
Maybe she went through some shit. Renzi Feliz is who played Vic. I thought he did very well, and I don't know if his stutter is real or not. At times I
don't
was
think
like,
so.
it is real, and then at times I was like, maybe not. We already talked about Clancy Brown being in it.
yeah.
Yep.
I know none of these people.
Clancy Brown
is
is
Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs.
You know him.
Yeah, I do.
You absolutely know him.
Oh, I do.
And
now I know.
Surtur. Yeah.
And then there's one other person in it that I made a joke about, so we'll talk about that here in a minute.
Clancy Brown's in everything these days.
He's done it a lot.
Yeah.
The fuck? What was the guy's name? He's real big. He played
Clancy Brown.
No, the main
Clancy Brown
Falcone.
is huge.
Oh, Mark Strong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in it. And I didn't recognize him at first either.
It's the sunglasses.
That's the thing. I heard his voice and I was like, I know that.
It's because you can't see his
And also
beady eyes. It's
I thought you said beak at first, and I was like, what do the sunglasses have to do with
only
that?
me and Tyler will know the therapist,
Yeah.
Julia.
That was the joke I made.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Quite
she's
literally-
from Sons of Anarchy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know you were
I noticed
such an
him
anarchy
too.
person.
I've seen him
I
in other
wasn't.
things.
I first seen him, and I said, what are you doing here, Juice? Get back to Sam Crow. That's what my brain did.
For real.
I don't care for the actor.
He's not.
I didn't like Sons of Anarchy. I watched it a couple times with my ex-husband though because he did like it, and so I was like, meh, okay,
I like it up to a point.
Yeah.
yeah.
Up until, spoiler alert,
That's
Opie
fucking
dies.
10 years old. Yeah, Opie dies. Basically up to that point, I'm like, fuck this show, I'm
Yeah.
done.
Is there any other notable actors that we can point? I mean, I know the mom did very well.
Yeah, I really liked her.
Yeah, I think she did a really good job.
She did.
Portraying someone going through dementia, I think she did a really good job.
There was times that I was like, did they just hire a crazy person and then let it, like, whatever happened happen?
Maybe they just got a lady with dementia.
That's
It's
what
like,
I mean.
Don't you remember your son Oz?
That's what I mean. And then, like, they just fed her scripts. She's an
She did a
actress.
pretty good job.
Fed it whenever she's really into it.
Anybody else? I think that's about it that I can think of.
I recognize. I didn't look it up. The guy that played the dirty detective guy, the one that that didn't totally get shot in the back of the head.
I didn't recognize him.
I recognize him, but couldn't place it, and I didn't look it up, and I feel bad now.
Oh,
well, not that bad, but it's sort of like, yeah, I should have.
And then basically the start of the show starts with Oz killing Alberto.
I mean, that is pretty much the first episode.
Yeah. It's fairly soon into the first episode.
Alberto is Sophia's father, yes? Brother, okay.
He's the one that was making fun of in the first Oz in the first episode.
Yeah.
And he shoots him after they drink because Oz was stealing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Stealing blackmail.
Blackmail, jewels. I think some money. He was basically robbing the club.
Yeah.
There were a couple other actors that are like character actors that I recognize
Like
a lot.
Johnny Viti.
Viti, yeah. But I
am.
can't. They're in so many things. There's no point in really mentioning anything.
Everybody.
There's a lot of them.
They do have a lot, which is odd for some shows like that.
So as listeners probably noticed, I'm not participating a lot in this because, as Ethan knows, I really don't like anything that's mafia related. I think it's really fucking stupid. That's my personal opinion. So just
Fair
for
enough.
anyone out there who's
The right to
listening
be
that's
wrong.
worried about me being silent,
If I didn't make the script, I probably wouldn't have finished it. Gonna be 100% honest.
it's fair.
There was a lull in the middle.
The only one that like really fascinated me from the entire series was Sophia herself, only because like I was kind of watching her mental illness and trying to like figure out exactly what she had without looking at her own like her Wikipedia page and whatnot. But like other than that, I really didn't care for the show whatsoever.
Interesting enough, the next point is Sophia Falcone. Who is she? I looked it up on the wiki, and it says that she is the hangman in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So in the show, we know that her dad is, and she's just labeled it. But if I read it right, I also didn't read the whole wiki. So it's possible that this goes down the same path. But
So
a
another
serial
question.
killer.
So another question, because I am not a Batman lore person, what exactly is the hangman, and what is the significance of it? Like, I obviously know in the show she killed
believe
them,
it's
but
just a serial
Yeah,
killer.
she's just a serial killer known for hanging her victims,
interesting.
Yeah.
Gross.
basically.
I had a question about one thing before we move on.
'Kay.
So
Sure.
the mushroom drug thing, because
Bliss.
it's a bliss,
Yeah.
right? Is that the drug that the Scarecrow ends up like converting into his psychoactive like drug thing that he uses on people?
I wouldn't think so, only
No,
because
it's a real, actual like Batman lore.
Okay,
thing.
I'm wondering because the Scarecrow was supposed to find about it in Arkham to begin with, and they were using Bliss in Arkham to begin with.
makes
so
sense.
I was wondering. I know
wonder-
Arkham itself is like a hotbed for drug testing, apparently in the lore.
Oh
so
yeah. Just wait.
Yeah.
If we ever get actual Hugo Strange,
Yeah.
fucking.
that's what I was wondering because they didn't mention that guy's name. Or the doctor.
It's Julian. I don't think they ever gave.
No, that's the therapist.
No,
Okay, his
not the
boss.
therapist.
His
The
boss.
actual doctor.
Yeah.
They didn't mention him at all. Yet.
Normally, Hugo Strange's Asian,
Usually,
but
yeah. But I mean, they could also do more because I mean, there's more to do in Arkham now.
Yeah.
If they go on with the series.
Yeah. The next point that I have is Oz planned his own kidnapping, which is impressive. Because, well, when you watch it, you watch it play out, and then the rest of the shit happens, like Vic shows up and all that, and you're like, there's no way he planned this.
Well, I mean, no, but it's that's what you're supposed to be thinking about the Penguin the whole time because that's supposed to be his thing. He's supposed to be super intelligent is what he's supposed to be, because he doesn't have any superpowers or anything. But you're supposed to be playing off of it as if he's playing dumb the whole time.
Yeah.
And basically he's like 2 steps ahead of everybody else, so that you're supposed to be thinking, is this planned? Did he plan this? That's the whole point of the character of Penguin, is like, how far ahead is he? Yeah. Now, the Riddler kind of runs in the same kind of gambit there, but in a different way. Yeah. And that's what makes the Penguin interesting in the comic books. From the few that I've read, they usually involve the Penguin.
Yeah.
Because he's actually more interesting than just kill, like the Joker is. So.
Yeah, I agree with that. But in this show, like, it just felt more like dumb luck than good planning.
But you can't say by the end of it, he has not outmaneuvered every single person on that show.
I'm not saying he hasn't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying most of it is dumb luck.
A little bit of luck every now and then.
Yes. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to appear as well. But to actually pinpoint like what he planned or what he was guessing was going to happen.
He's very adaptable. Like
it's hard to tell because of the way he reacts to things. He's very good at being versatile.
Yeah. I will say that. He is very good at whenever one thing goes wrong, he has a plan for the next.
He thinks on his feet very well.
Yes. I've already talked about the juice thing whenever we meet the therapist. Next up is $52K a year is not enough for that fucking job. Because they get back and he's like, I'll pay you $1,000 a week, Vic. And he's like, fuck yeah. And then
That's
see him go.
$1,000 a week, though, not taxed.
That's true. But you don't care.
And that's not including tips that he gets working any and all venues with Penguin.
Yeah. They just not enough for me.
And I would assume that they're expecting their sellers to skim some as well. So, I mean, it's not like they're not expecting that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally how Penguin made all his money. He skimmed off the top.
Basically, there was a point where Vic did skim a little, and basically Penguin said, "Good job."
Yeah.
Essentially, he's like, "Yeah, get what you need."
And whenever he met the cop, because the cop pulled him over, and he's like, "How'd a kid like you get all this money?" What money?
Exactly.
And then we've already talked about the mushrooms, because I put mushrooms really.
Well, I mean,
it feels like it's overdone to some point.
Yeah,
but I understand they're using it differently.
I don't know about Bliss in particular, but
I don't think it's a mushroom thing in the comics, but I think they just used it as like a
only type of mushrooms I like are in the Last of Us.
Drug.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Tyler.
Do they even describe in the comic books how it was made, or is it just
probably
so.
not?
It's just
some unobtainium thing.
It's some super powerful drug that literally makes you like so happy you get addicted to it.
Yeah. When Oz took Vic to the restaurant, that was a really nice moment until the end of the show. And then I was like, it ruined the fucking moment.
Okay, did you not figure out when he tells him the story about Rex Cabrisi, about like, don't trust your fucking driver, that this whole thing was going to end up with him killing him?
I mean, makes sense.
That's like in episode 2 or 3.
I must have missed it.
Oh, that's why I missed it, because I didn't give a fuck.
Also,
they
like,
foreshadowed very early.
There's a lot of points in there where they're basically just telling you that the Penguin is a sociopath.
Oh yeah,
basically,
they don't
several times
they show you very obviously.
He doesn't feel anything as if it's not going to benefit him. He doesn't feel anything about it.
Yeah, I just felt like of all the people. And I guess this is me coming at it from a Penguin perspective, because of him being mistreated because of how he is. The clubfoot, all the other, which I say all the other shit, he doesn't really have that much shit. He's got like scars on his face, but that happened throughout life at some point. Yeah. Probably whenever he was fucking somebody over.
Probably.
Go figure.
I figured with the clubfoot and the stutter, they... I guess I thought he would have meant more, but in the end, nobody means more to Oz Cobb than Oz Cobb.
Yeah.
Then this moment really confused the shit out of me whenever they are selling Bliss for the first time in the club and Vic has those hallucinations.
I would have to go back. I don't remember why he's having like hallucinations.
The bright lights, loud noises, banging beat from the music,
You think
he's hallucinating about the explosions. is
That's
what-
right.
What
PTSD.
happens.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay,
you would
yeah.
have to imagine that people are probably smoking in that venue, so he's
True.
probably also getting a contact high.
But it very much.
It's probably not all marijuana either. There's
No.
probably some opium involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that Ethan said it, though, I remember it's very much portrayed as like PTSD, though. Like he's
Yeah, that's
freaking
what they
out.
try to do. But then they don't even. They
don't really
They
follow
don't-
up on
they
it.
don't
talk
follow
about
up.
it. It just
on
happens
at all,
and then he moves on.
And move on, and then they doesn't have a problem anymore. But I mean, that could be. It sounds like lazy writing, but I mean, I guess they could explain it away because PTSD can act like that.
Yeah.
So,
Sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 4 is when little Sophia finds her mom hanging in the room, and that's the first time I think I felt bad for Sophia in that situation. Because I would hate.
Okay, yeah, because this is. I think episode 4 is the one where it basically shows how
It
why
shows
she went to Arkham
yes
and that
how everything happened, and the fact that
basically the doctor drove her fucking crazy.
yes, after the fact.
That she was pretty much normal before that.
And I also think that it pretty well showed normal-ish,
I said pretty much.
Pretty much.
as normal as you can be after
She
seeing
was
your mother.
still Falcone's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she wasn't like batshit crazy.
And it's also as normal as you can be after seeing your mother hanging in a room.
After a very traumatic incident. As
Also,
a child.
it sounds strange, like to like give her one chance to like take the reins, and then be like, "All right, well, you don't want it. You're gonna go to Arkham for the rest of your life."
Yeah.
It sounds strange. It's a strange motive
It's
to do that.
definitely
Well,
him being like, I want you to run it, and then turn
No, what
around and she's like,
happened
we
was-
don't talk to the fucking press.
yeah, well, he's very, I guess, protective over the business. And he's just like, oh, you're going to fucking talk to the press? Like, nope, sorry, cut you out. You're done.
But that's such
And
a
also,
weird
and
way
also
to cut
it's a
somebody out.
very nice and tidy way to pin all those murders on her.
Yeah. Because the reporter's already looking
Yeah.
at the murders and everything else.
So
So,
he can just pin it all on that she did it. And
definitely
he's
made more
pretty much
sense.
like, hands are clean. Go back to strangling hookers.
I mean, what else are you
Basically.
gonna do with your time? Make so much money? What do you do?
It's fucking Gotham. Batman can't be everywhere.
At that point, Batman wasn't around yet.
Fair
So
enough.
that's 10 years
Yeah.
before.
Fair enough. So I put that Carmine's a serial killer as well as a mafia boss now, which is fine. I don't really care about that.
Was that Mr. Krabs?
Nope.
No.
No, it's Mark Strong. It's the one with the sunglasses. Sophia's father.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
The douchebag got him.
Yeah. And then after Sophia kills her whole family,
Oh, I was
Well, not
watching
her
by
niece.
this point. Well,
Or cousin. I don't forget.
it's cousin.
Yeah.
Because it's her cousin's daughter,
yeah.
so it'd be like second cousin or some shit like that.
I think that was the first episode that I was actually paying attention to what the fuck was going on, and I watched it and I was like, did she
And Johnny
just
Beatty.
gas
Yeah.
her entire fucking family?
That's
She
just
was
because she needed
"Yup."
Johnny Beatty.
Yeah. Yeah, she did definitely gas her whole family. That was
Speaking of gas, if either of you smell a disgusting smell, it is my dog, in fact, that is sitting beneath my chair.
I was just gonna blame Jarrett. I'm
That's-
gonna be honest.
Enjoy the hellfire.
I actually smell it right now. Now that it was brought up, I smell it.
Yes.
I feel like Jarrett took the opportunity and shit his pants.
They smell different. Dog farts smell.
They do.
They have a specific
Distinct
pungent
smell.
They do. They do. Our other dog, Cully, just smells like she's full of rotten cabbage.
She does
It's
smell like
all
cabbage,
gross,
it's true.
yeah.
So after Sophia kills her whole family and the chief of police shows up, his fucking voice.
I don't remember his voice.
Oh my God.
really don't.
Go listen to it.
Oh, it's really
He's like, whisper yelling.
high-pitched
He's,
and-
he's like, I wish I could do it, but I know I can't. It's weird.
It's like he's trying to sound like the guy from Godfather, but really bad.
And really high pitched, and that will definitely be on the episode. It's like he's whisper yelling is the best way that I could think of to describe it. But
true.
it's super high pitched
Yeah.
because he's like, but
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I,
just
I
go
know.
with
I thought the same thing. I was like, that's kind of silly. Unless he sounds like that, and then your voice is silly.
yeah. And then I got to thinking about it. I was like, man, hope that's not a choice because I immediately was like, he sounds like a fucking idiot.
I hope it is a choice. I hope he doesn't sound like that all the time.
It sucked for him.
I don't know which one I think would be better. the next point that I put was the mom stood on business for us. I don't remember at what point she did this. I think it's whenever. No, it can't be whenever Vic and them showed up because it would have been after.
It's he like celebrates us, like comes in celebrating that they like made Bliss and like they sold Bliss and they're like, I think, right? I'm assuming that's right. And she's like, you did it or something like that.
No, because she. I think it's whenever she's having a.
Was it
like?
when
I think she's
was
having.
that she was taken by Sophia?
No.
That's later.
That's later. I think this particular moment was whenever Vic comes to check on her.
Oh, maybe.
And she like tries to kill Vic basically
yeah.
because she's thinking that he done something to us and was like,
Maybe.
"I'll kill you for hurting my son," and da 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 da, and then comes back to it a little bit. I think, but God, I don't remember. The for some odd reason is because of all the shit we learned later. Vic's first kill was pretty brutal, and he's damn lucky that he hit that shot because he just fucking whipped it around and.
Yeah, that was an interesting place to hit. I'll be honest. I was like, oh damn, damn.
My thought was as he's standing there like crying and screaming after the fact, I'm like, look away, man. If it's bothering you that much, like
My comment was, grab your fucking money. Your fingerprints are on you, you dumbass.
they don't care about fingerprints in the show.
What the fuck?
Gotham does not have
What is
fingerprint
forensics?
ability.
They don't have forensics. They can't afford that.
Bruce Wayne is the only one who has forensics.
Welcome back to Victorian
he's the greatest
England,
detective in the world.
2024.
He's invented
He
forensics.
used all his fucking billionaire money to suppress it to all the police. Only he has the capabilities.
I don't know. Maybe it's just from inexperience in shooting people, but I mean, it feels like it would have been less brutal to actually have killed him after he
Outright.
shot him in the neck.
Yeah.
You mean like shoot him again?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Don't
it would have
I think it would have been.
probably.
Instead of being like, "No, you're gonna be fine. No, don't do that. You don't die. You're gonna be fine." No, he's not. You shot him in the neck.
I did realize that he said one line that is very common in people that think they're doing the right thing no matter what. He said, "Why'd you make me do that?"
Yeah.
To him.
Yeah. It's like, what you
While
want me
he's
to do
like,
that?
yeah. And that's something that people that, even when they do something wrong but think they're right, will say or similarly say.
Well, he was a piece of garbage.
No,
let's
I'm
be
not.
honest.
Trust me. I'm not saying he's not. I'd have shot him too. But
Oh, was that really pushy guy? Can
Squid
you hear
was his
that?
name.
Sorry. I'm trying to get her to want it.
So Oz killed his brothers.
That was kind of a surprise.
Yeah. It's definitely.
That I kind of figured it'd be like on accident.
That
or
does a
something.
long way to explaining like what his mental state is like.
Yeah.
Sure, but I kind of thought it'd be like on accident, and then that like traumatized him. Not like he made a conscious.
Like he locked him in there to teach him a lesson, and then
And then it flooded.
he didn't
Yeah.
know about it. But then he's like, "I planned this the whole
It's
time."
a very the Princess in the Tower.
Yeah. The
Oh,
whole
yeah.
time he's just sitting there watching that movie. He's like looking at the rain. You're like, he doesn't. No, he's
He
like
doesn't care in
No.
the slightest.
because he wants all his mama's
He does
attention.
care, just not the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He cares that they're going to die, and now he's going to have his mom's attention.
All by himself.
Ooh,
Yep.
that's creepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
a lot-
it
there's a
gets
lot of-
creepier.
Oh yeah, it does. The very end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whenever Sal, there's a lot of moments that we haven't really talked about, but you can't talk about a 8-hour show in
Yeah.
40
40 every moment, but
45 minutes. But Sal and Oz getting in the fight down in the train, and at one point, Penguin takes the gun and
Yeah.
just throws it. And I'm like, you had it in your hands. Why would you not just shoot him?
It's maybe more difficult than.
well, it's like
just
the whole
saying
point.
that.
Maybe.
It's like
But-
what happens when he like has the heart attack. He's like, no, like he wanted to finish it. Like he wanted to beat him with his bare hands.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, you're fucking die. You can't fucking die. I gotta beat you.
It's like, I won.
Yeah. It's a game to him. He wanted to win.
It was kind of cruel that he burned the wife and son.
Fucking
like, that was brutal.
Brutal. But I was like, oh yeah, no, he means business.
Yeah.
That was a shame too, because I really like the actress that played
Yeah. She was very
That's
good.
Avasarla from
Expanse, right?
Expanse. Yeah. Oh, she was really good in Expanse too. Yeah.
Then
I was not expecting to see her
Yeah.
on a Gotham show,
Yeah.
of some sort.
Yeah. Sophia then blows up the tunnels and the product, which when I first looked at it, I was like, why would she blow up her own product? But she's on her way out.
Not
anyway.
yeah. Not only that, at that point, it's also not her product, really.
Also, she's also the one that sourced the mushrooms in the first place, so she already knows where to get more.
Yeah. Arkham.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's all yeah. But like Tyler said, she's also like, fucking, I'm done. with
Yeah.
this
She's
bullshit.
like, I'm leaving. I don't want to be here no more. Which is fine, I guess. And then Sophia burns down her house. She burns down her house by lighting 3 cigarettes.
Yeah.
Feel like that's a bit much.
That's fine.
It also confused me because she lit 3, threw one to burn it, and then kept smoking the other 2.
well, she had to burn out
I
the
mean,
most
you've
important
never
places.
really smoked cigarettes for very long, have you?
No.
Oh, okay. You ever smoked a cigarette?
Yeah.
You gotta
All right.
keep puffing on them.
Unless you really
Well, now
get
you do.
into smoking cigarettes, like
Hey, this
having
is
2 in your mouth isn't really all that different than having 1. Honestly,
No thanks.
I don't want to smoke anymore.
No.
I mean, I got. These
No,
things,
no one
so-
was enough for me, and 1 was gross enough. At this point, I also vape at this point, but
And we've already talked about Oz killing Vic. That was they almost tried to make it sad.
I
mean,
mean,
it's-
it was a lot more sad. I thought he was gonna double cross Vic in some like way, like betray him. But
Yeah.
this way, it was just more like, you are my weakness, and I can have no weaknesses.
Yeah.
So you must be gone.
Well, I mean, he realized that with his mom.
Yes.
I mean,
I
that was the
also-
last one that he was able to realize.
Yeah. I also think he did his mom very shitty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, on purpose.
Yeah.
On purpose.
I mean, it's only out of selfishness.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Well,
of keeping her alive is
It's
what
not
I mean.
even just that. Now he's mad at her for turning against him.
Yeah, because that's another thing we didn't talk about earlier. Is that like
Yeah, Sophia.
originally she was gonna have Rex kill him.
Yeah.
And then decided.
Yeah. So now he knows her last wish, which is to be put out of her misery. Now he's going to keep her alive for as long as
Out of spite.
out of spite.
Out of
Yeah.
just the last
Be
solid
like,
go fuck
look,
yourself.
I made it. Go fuck yourself.
so a diagnosis of a narcissist,
Yes.
Yeah.
a sociopathic
It's the penguin.
narcissist.
Yes,
yeah.
he's a narcissist.
I mean, really though.
I was right.
I don't blame the mom for being like, whenever Rex is like, I'll take care of it. I don't blame the mom for being like, yeah, we should do that. Because to think that your kid sat there with you all night acting like nothing was wrong when they knew,
Yeah.
it's just a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucked up all the way around.
Yeah, all the way around. It's what Gotham does to people.
Yeah.
And then the last, it may not be the last scene, but
No,
one of,
it's-
is it the last scene?
Well, I
yeah,
think
because
they
then
go-
it pans
pans
out
out.
over to look over Gotham, and then you see the
Bat signal.
bat signal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Him dancing with the hooker.
I never realized until like that last shot. She looks a lot like the young version of his mother.
Yeah.
I know. It never clicked to me until
Yeah.
right then. I was like, oh,
Yeah, she
I
does.
see.
With
Yeah.
her hair and the dress, I thought it was the young version of the mother at first, and then it got closer, and I was like, "Oh no, that's the hooker that he hires all the time."
Eva.
Yeah, but
Eve.
there's like
Eve. That's right.
there's like no.
Is that the one who sold out where Penguin was when he was
Yeah.
hiding out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But there's like nobody in this show who's like redeemable.
Yeah,
Nobody.
Yeah.
Not even
I-
Vic. Vic's the closest.
Hunter. He's the closest to being redeemable, but still not because he
Maybe
had he-
Vic and the prostitute.
I don't think the prostitute is, but I think that had Vic had he lived, he would have been around Penguin long enough that he would have been in season 2 because they're gonna have season 2, right?
But I mean, he was already
so.
he was already committing crimes before
Yes.
he met the Penguin.
Yes.
So I mean, it's
But-
not like he was really redeemable in the first place.
No, but what
He's
I'm
just
saying,
likable.
yes.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, any redeemability he would have had would have been out the window just from Oz's influence on him because
Yeah.
he would have then started to morph and act more like Oz. I mean, we've seen him start to act slightly more like Oz.
I know that's supposed to be like a theme of these stories centered around Gotham and the villains and stuff, there's not really anybody that's wholly redeemable. Like even,
I mean, they're not supposed to be.
right, except for like Alfred.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
there's some problems there even.
Yeah.
But like everybody's got a bad side to him. It's like the opposite of Metropolis.
that's like they are the two sides.
Yeah, it
opposite
really
sides of the same
is.
coin.
It's
Yeah.
like Gotham is so shitty that it corrupts everybody. And Metropolis,
Metropolis
is
is so like,
holy.
yeah. I mean,
That's
it's-
mostly just because it's Superman, though.
Yeah.
and
Metropolis-
Superman's boring. Yeah.
Superman or Metropolis still has shitty people in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it does. But I mean,
They just hide more than in Gotham.
there's not as much in
Yeah, one of them
between.
becomes president.
Yeah.
There's not as much in between. So I mean, it's like Metropolis is like either all good or all bad, and then Gotham's like shades of gray, and it never goes much over 50% on that.
It's just it's all gray.
Yeah.
I think in the entire show, I felt probably the worst for number one, Sophia, and number two for Vic. I think that the Penguin is a dickhead for killing him, and I'm still mad about it. And I feel bad for Sophia because she had to take the fall for her dad. But as you said, it differed from the comics. Yes.
But
Yeah.
she also gets to know she has a half sister.
But I mean,
Which I never once knew. And all of this time of Batman lore.
I don't think it's Batman lore, but it's from
That's
the
Selena
Batman.
Kyle.
Is that Selena Kyle was the illegitimate daughter of Carmine
it's
Falcone?
I think it's supposed to be alluded
Yeah.
to several times, but I don't think it's ever confirmed that Selena
Well,
Kyle
maybe it pulled
is
up on the
Falcone.
Batman wiki. Maybe that's where I'm getting that
Selena
info.
Kyle is, if you don't know,
Catwoman.
Selena Kyle is Catwoman.
Yeah, she's in
Okay.
the Batman, the movie
Gotcha.
with Bat.
It's
or
definitely in the Gotham TV show that she
Yeah.
is related to the Falcons.
Is she?
I
I
I
quit
don't
Gotham
remember
so
that.
much.
Yeah, it's been a long time
I,
since I've seen it.
think they dropped that part of the story.
Well, I got to like
Falcone died.
I got to Ra's al Ghul and I was like, all right, I'm done.
yeah.
It's like season.
I
3.
didn't make it to Raish.
No, you didn't. It's like season 3 or 4. I was like,
I've never seen a one,
Oh,
so
it's later on. Anyway,
Gotcha.
it's I think it's after Mr. Freeze shows up, and that's he's not even Mr. Freeze yet. So
It's just Victor Freeze.
yeah, it's
Victor
just
Fries.
Victor
I feel like I've
Fries.
seen him. I could be wrong, but I feel like I've seen him.
you mean like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes.
No, he does not. Arnie is not in. The
But the same
Governor is
character,
not in.
That would be
That was
a-
one I recognized.
That would be a fucking great cameo, though. He just
That's who should have been in the Flash. I would have died if he was cameoed as Mr. Freeze in the Flash. I would have laughed my ass off.
that would have been great. All right, let's move on to the ratings. So on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 95% tomato meter and a 92% popcorn meter. Now, granted, it did just finish Sunday, so there's
Sure.
probably still a lot more people to both review and popcorn review. I guess that's the best way to say. I mean, review is really the best answer to that.
Review.
And then IMDb, the total is an 8.8 with 91,560. And episode 1 is an 8.8. Episode 2 is an 8.5. Episode 3 is a 9, just an even 9. Episode 4 is a 9.4. So apparently people like The Crazy of Arkham. Episode 5 is an 8.8. Episode 6 is an 8.7. Episode 7 is a 9.0. And episode 8 is a 9.6.
That's really high.
Now, hold on. With 17,000 reviews. So it's quite a few for only being out
A week.
5
5
days.
Yeah. Yeah. 5 days.
That's pretty,
So
those are pretty high.
It is rated very high.
I
Currently.
didn't think it would be that high.
I didn't really. But that's me. I don't know. Something about it didn't sit right with me. I didn't care for it as much.
Well, what's your rating?
Let's roll.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Dice.
Who
Fuck.
knows?
Never fail us.
It never fails. I give it an 8. Like, it's not a bad show to me. It just didn't.
The production value was good.
It is very good. I give it that.
It did look
Maybe
very
a
good.
D6. I don't know. Yeah.
I just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't resonate with me. Like, I can recognize that it's a good show. It's just not something
I
I'd
have
be
a.
like.
Do you like the Matt Reeves universe, which is just so far it's just the Batman and the Penguin?
I mean, I thought the movie was good, but I don't really like.
That's
I
just-
feel the same way about it.
that's
It's
just a
not like
question.
I.
Are you excited for his the second Batman Part 2.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm excited for any new content that comes out for the most part.
What did you rate it? I'm sorry. I missed
8.
it.
Just a flat 8.
Flat 08.
Ready? It's
Ethan. No,
it's
Ashley.
me. Yeah, I was I was pretty sure that's me. The fact that I have to rate it makes me sad. 6. But again, I'm coming into it knowing fully that I'm not a mafia person and knowing fully that about 80% of the content that I saw, I really didn't give a shit about for the most part. And I sat through it because, well, I love you and you had to sit through it too. Yeah. And I felt bad about it. But like, I really didn't care for the show whatsoever. And it's, if it does come back for season 2, meh, same thing. I'll watch it, but kind of not really. Ready?
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Would you be more interested if it like diverged into like more of the Batman Rogue Gallery in season 2 of like not mafia stuff, like just like
Mr. Freeze,
like whoever? Maybe.
I would be more inclined to watch something Batman centric than like the villains of Gotham, because like
what if they didn't do Penguin 2? Maybe the next one is Freeze or something.
Maybe I would watch it, but like I'm not into the whole mafia thing. If they did a different villain, yeah, absolutely, I'll watch it. But like, meh on the mafia.
Well, I mean that you're not going to get away from.
To be
mafia
fair,
stuff.
No.
well, I mean, to be fair, it kind of killed all the mafia people, pretty much. It's
Yes,
literally just
even when you kill the
Penguin.
mafia people, most of the Batman villains, not most,
they have gangs.
several of the Batman villains feel mafia-like.
Yes, they all have
Two-Face
gangs.
is also sort of mafia.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Joker has a gang. You can
Yeah.
tie
It's
him
not
into
really
it.
mafia.
That's
though.
generally
It's not.
the
It's
history
kinda-
of
That's just
Gotham
like
is like before
Fallout
Batman
Raiders.
there was mafia, and then once Batman comes in, all the villains come in, and the villains basically just cannibalize the mafia parts and have their own little gangs, but they're not like families. It's just more like it's like the
It's not
Joker's gang.
full on mafia. It's just
Here's my
gangs.
thing: is it's not just mafia; it's gangs too. Like I'm meh. I don't understand the glorification of it.
Like, I'm sitting here trying to think of who doesn't have a gang as a Batman villain. Like Killer Croc, Bane.
Yeah, sure. Man,
Raz Al Ghul.
Yeah. Well,
League of Assassins,
It's not a gang so much. Though.
group, cabal, whatever. They all have their like cronies, essentially, because they have to have somebody. Because they have to have somebody for the Batman to like, judo chop to assassinate.
True.
See, what the rest of you can't see is that they're judo chopping in the fucking air at each other.
I would like to note I did not judo chop.
You did not.
I didn't
but
until she brought it up, and then I felt like I had to.
Tyler and Jared did.
I'll half-heartedly do one.
Oh, thank you. You're wonderful.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, roll again.
No, I meant judo chop, so that
Judo chop.
that was the wrong dice anyway.
I mean, it could work.
4.
Ethan.
I'll get. There was really high production value on this. It did look really good, and the dialogue wasn't garbage. Like so many problems with high production costing shows these days, is they don't spend it on the freaking dialogue because it sucks so bad. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it higher. I'm gonna give it 8.3.
Okay. Jared.
Okay, well, I'll just blow it all out of the water. 9.25.
Okay.
I think it was very good. I really, really, really like
Well,
this
I mean,
show.
do you like mafia stuff usually?
Not
I
especially.
don't. I mean, I'm very picky. There's some I really like. Gangs of New York I really like. But like Godfather is okay. Take it or leave it. I mean, I could watch it. I don't care that much.
Generally, not a mafia guy.
Do you think that because it's about Batman lore is why you like couldn't deal with it?
1000%.
Okay.
I have a much more invested interest in it.
Okay.
I lost my interest in Penguin watching the Gotham TV show.
That's the only
he's
problem.
like
the
a-
entire time I just can only think of I was like, they're following a lot of
It's
same things that
I
Gotham
think
had.
they did a good job creating the Penguin, especially with somebody who doesn't look like the Penguin.
Yeah.
When they did Danny DeVito, it worked great because he's already the Penguin.
Yeah.
So
That just is the Penguin.
He is
Like-
the Penguin, yeah.
I think I'd
agree.
rate it lower because, I mean, Danny DeVito did such a good job as the Penguin. I mean,
And like Colin Farrell, just like this is his like own.
Yeah, that is kind
I
of.
mean,
he
it's
owns the
fantastic.
role. It's like,
he
oh
does. He does a really good job.
He does
Yeah,
great walk.
Yeah, the accent I loved. I love his
Yeah.
accent.
They do. I think they do a really good job with the show.
Yeah, we got into a conversation actually about Colin Farrell while we were watching it, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's Colin Farrell." And I was like, "Really?"
Yep.
And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "He's not so bad."
They had to build him. This is a fun fact that I seen because it popped up on TikTok. They had to build him like a ice house on the set because the fat suit made him sweat so much that it was
So it's
starting
like-
to fall off of him.
Canonically accurate. Like like that's like what the Club 44 is a fucking ice
Yeah.
ice club.
Yeah, so basically in between takes, he would just go lay
That's
down in like a
hilarious.
doghouse that was like pumping out cold air. And he'd cool down and he'd get up and he'd go do another scene.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think if you like Batman, you'll really like it.
Yeah.
Which I also
I
really
really
like the Batman.
I liked the Batman too.
Yeah.
I was surprised that I liked it, but
Yeah.
I
I think we all were.
Are you looking forward to them doing more since you rated it so high? Are you looking for them to do more with Penguin
just
for
want-
another series?
I want more Matt Reeves.
Or do you think
I just want
they're-
more
Did
of
he
it.
direct this? Or no?
Look, I don't think he directed it. He maybe wrote some part. I have to look. Penguin.
And if not Penguin, who would you like to see it go to?
Ooh, now that's a fucking question I have.
That is a
I had-
fucking
I-
question.
You're welcome.
I have
I
so
can roll
many,
for
I have
it.
so many wishes. I really want a really good Mr. Freeze, but I just don't think they're gonna do it.
I mean, I find Arnold Schwarzenegger's version very funny,
It's funny,
Yeah.
but I
but
want like a serious.
it's not serious.
What I would kill for like Giancarlo Esposito to play Mr. Freeze. I would. Oh my god.
That'd be great.
I would
fucking
like
good.
a Mr. Freeze or a Talon. Which
Talon,
I know
Court of
Talon
Owls,
is
yeah.
Court of Owls and Talon is very
We gotta get way. We gotta get.
yeah.
That would be more for James Gunn's
yeah.
because he's gonna start with Damien.
I feel like
Yeah. So we're already gonna be future.
See,
forward.
and I love that because I love Damien.
Hugo Strange would be cool.
Sure, yeah, an actual good.
I think a good because the way they played this one off, with it being less about weird supervillain stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it being more about
Well, Matt Reeves is a lot more. It's much like
realistic
Nolan's. It's
stuff.
very grounded,
it's
realistic.
very grounded.
Yeah.
I think in that light, I think that Hugo Strange could work really well. I also think that Scarecrow could work very well in that.
Sure. I also just want like people we haven't got to see ever before, like Hush
Yeah.
or trying to think of more that hasn't like Clayface. Oh, that
Yeah, Clayface
I
is
would
really good.
love Clayface because we never actually got to see these characters in live action.
Was also the Leprechaun guy?
Leprechaun
I know who the
icebergs.
fuck he's talking about, but I can't remember his name for the fucking life of me.
Yeah, Batman villain.
I
Yeah,
know.
there is
Totally.
one, but I can't
I
remember.
can't remember the name. He's really shitty.
Yeah, it's one of those that shows. It's
There's
like
another-
the toy maker.
There's another drug thing involved with it too. Yeah.
A leprechaun iceberg.
Well, oh yeah,
It's a wonderful drink.
yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you.
My point of it was of this subject was, do you think they're going to take Penguin into season 2, or do you? Or I don't know if they've even signed up for it yet, or do you think that they're just establishing the character and they're going to bring him in for, say, a movie?
I think
Because it is. I mean, this is Colin Farrell. We're
yeah,
talking about.
I think he will play into the Batman Part 2.
Is that the one you're thinking of, Ethan?
Yeah,
That's the Mad Hatter.
Mad Hatter.
yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
But they Colin Farrell also said he would be open to doing a season 2.
Well, of course he would. It's more
Yeah,
money.
It's also a pretty prestigious role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're playing a big Batman villain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
One of the
trying
most
to-
notable.
He's trying
I mean,
to step into the tiny shoes of Danny DeVito.
his feet are too big.
there's too many toes.
Everybody's feet is too big.
Yeah, but like I would love it if give me another season of the Penguin just to help expand Matt Reeves' universe, because I don't know how many more movies we're going to get.
I mean, he's got to run for mayor. I mean, that's the whole thing Penguin ends up doing. Is
See what's going to happen. See what's going to happen. He's going to back the councilman who will become mayor.
Yeah. And it'll be pseudo mayor.
Yeah. He's going to be the Elon Musk.
I think that'll wrap it up, unless you guys got anything else.
Nope.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you guys listening. We hope that you use the link in our description and go to our Discord and tell us how much you like the Penguin or didn't like it. It's completely up to you. You're your own person. We appreciate you guys listening, and we will catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Adios.